In today's brief video, I want to share with you guys a fairly intense and in-depth visualization technique that you can use to quit smoking weed and maintain long-term sobriety without relapse. And this goes way beyond just visualizing yourself as healthier, happier, and wealthier. I promise you that. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name's Dr. Frank. I'm the founder of AddictionMindset recovery coaching programs, which are dedicated to helping people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content, substances I once struggled with. To learn more about our free and paid coaching program resources and our newest Kick It Crave Less Chewing Gum supplement, be sure to check out the pinned comment in the video description at the end of today's video. When it comes to visualization, I want you to start with identifying a point of view or a frame of reference. So a lot of people say, yeah, I visualize myself sober. But how so? Is this from a first-person point of view through your own eyes, or is it from another person's point of view looking objectively at you? And if it's from someone else's point of view looking at you, what is the angle in which you see yourself? Are they looking down on you? Are they facing you head on? Are they looking at your backside, or are they looking at you angled from a side? What is the frame of reference and the point of view from which this visual experience is going to occur? This is how we're going to set the standard for this visual experience, okay? Because if we don't get really, really specific on the details of this visualization practice, it's going to be impossible to move from a visual experience to a reality, okay? After you identify this, I want you to identify what does a sober version, a weed-free, alcohol-free, drug-free version of you look like? What is their physical appearance? What type of clothes are you wearing? What color shirt do you have on? Are you wearing shorts? Are you wearing Lululemon men's dress pants or a pair of yoga pants? What type of shoes do you have on? Is it sandals? Are you wearing socks? I want you to identify what type of haircut do you have? What's the quality of your teeth? What does this sober version of you look like? I want to know every detail. And the reason why this is important isn't to get tied up on the imperfections that you have, but it is to point out the areas of self-care where we may be lacking. Because when we take care of ourselves, we have more confidence, right? So this should be like the 2.0 or the 5.0 version of yourself. At least the things that you have control of, right? Maybe the 2.0 version of me is a little taller. Personally, I can't really change that. So, okay, we're not going to focus on that. But I can focus on how I want my hair to be cut. I can focus on the whiteness of my teeth and how often I'm going to brush them. I can focus on the type of sneakers I'm going to wear and the clothes, color schemes that I'm going to choose. So what does a sober version of you look like? And recognize that we're doing this to identify areas of fault within our self-care practices that we might be able to improve on. Now, after we've identified what this person looks like, I want you to start to take note of how the sober version of you speaks to themselves. Are they someone who says, I can't, I'm not capable of, it's impossible? Or are they someone that says, I can, I have faith in, I have hope in, I am capable of, it is possible too? Take note of how confident a sober, drug-free version of you sounds. And take note of that combination of confidence plus improved physical outward appearance. Take note of what that does for you in this moment, okay? Because it should be doing something. It should be making you feel some type of way. So what have we done so far? We've identified the point of view or the frame of reference from which we're having this visual experience. And I'll even go a step further with that. When you're identifying the frame of reference and the point of view, after you identified how you talk to yourself, after you identified how you look, where is it that this experience is occurring? Is it in the room that you're in right now where you're watching this video? Is it outside of your home? Is it in a familiar place, or is it somewhere totally foreign to you? Are you on a beach? Are you in the middle of a rainforest? Are you in the middle of a desert? Are you sitting on an ice cap in the middle of Antarctica? Whatever floats your boat. And if so, in that environment, What do you hear? What's the background noise that's occurring, right? So if I'm in a rainforest, visualize hearing the stream, visualize hearing the surrounding animals. Again, I want this to be as real as possible, because in order to get sober, in order to quit smoking weed, quit drinking alcohol, put down the vices, you actually need to be able to see yourself capable of doing so. And what I'm hoping we're doing is getting you excited about the person that's on the other side of this addiction. That's the goal of this. Okay, so let's recap. We got the point of view, right? The frame of reference. We have the environment that we're in with all the accessory background noises that are occurring, even the smells. We have your physical outward appearance, and we have how you're speaking to yourself. Now, after you've visualized each of these aspects of your sobriety process, I want you to start to identify your routines and your behaviors. How does the sober version of you act? What are their day-to-day behaviors and routines? So if you say, oh, the sober version of me is healthier, how so? Are you going to a gym? If so, what gym specifically are you going to? And what form of physical activity are you partaking in? Is it yoga? Is it Pilates? Is it spin classes? Are you pulling up a YouTube video on your phone and doing it by yourself at home? Visualize to the nth degree. I want this to be a realistic experience, because if we're visualizing this on a scale like this, on a depth like this, you're going to know exactly what needs to be done to achieve this 2.0, 5.0, 10.0 version of yourself, whatever it is. So if it's about physical health, how are you taking care of yourself physically? Are you going to doctor's offices? Is it you visualizing yourself picking up the phone and scheduling some follow-up appointments, some things that maybe have been neglected in addiction? Is it joining a gym? Is it changing the way you eat? And if so, where are you buying the food from? What stores are you going to shop at? Are you going to be price conscious in your purchases, or are finances not a concern in that regard when it comes to food? Think about every detail. Make this a reality. After you've identified that behavior, okay, I want better physical health, think about yourself financially. What do your financial routines look like? What does the job that you want to be working in look like? What is your desired income level? And whatever it is, visualize the things that you need to do to get there. Are you spending your money in this sober version of yourself, or are you investing your money? And more importantly, how is this version of you, this 2.0, 10.0 version, how are they using their time that they need to make this money, that they need to drive the income? Now, maybe most importantly, outside of how this version of you speaks to themselves, is the other people that they interact with. I want you to visualize your relationships. Does this version of you have the plug's phone number, the dispensary's phone number in their phone, or do they have it ready to pull up on their search history on their iPhone to place an order? Or no? How does a sober version of you interact with the world and the other people in it around you? How do you treat your spouse? How do you treat your children? How do you treat the significant other people in your life? Whether it's relationship related or coworker related. Are you more patient with them? Are you more disciplined with them? Are you more compassionate? Are you more empathetic? Are you more understanding? And when you interact with them, are you confident in the things and the behaviors that you portray? I want you to start to visualize this to an extreme degree, because this is how getting sober becomes a reality. So many people will say, I can't see a sober version of myself. I can't even imagine it. Well, have you actually tried? Or did you just say, oh, it's a sober version of me, they're miserable? What does that person look like? What are they wearing? What do they sound like? Who are they interacting with? What's their financial situation like? Or what do you want it to be? This is what we're going to work on creating. We're going to work on taking this visual experience to a reality. Now, after you've done this, okay, after you've done this a few times, what I want you to do is start acting on it. So if your clothes are different and you visualize yourself in a suit, go buy a suit. If you visualize yourself in a professional blazer, go buy a professional blazer. If it's whiter teeth or better hair, go get the haircut. Start whitening your teeth. Do something different. Take action on actually creating this person. If it's having better relationships, delete the dispensary from your phone. Block it on your search history. Bump up a family member, bump up a significant other, right? If it's patience that you need to work on, read a book on it, watch a video on it. Start to take action on bringing this visual experience to reality. And if you've done it right, you should know exactly what needs to be done in order to get there. Now, if you're struggling with that, and you like this concept and you want to go deeper, be sure to check out our paid one-on-one coaching programs. And if you're new to quitting and cravings and brain fog and all that stuff is something you're struggling with, I want you to check out our Kick It Crave Less chewing gum. You can find it right below. We're the first people in the world to make a supplement like this. And trust me, this required a ton of visualization because it doesn't exist. It uses N-acetylcysteine and KSM-66 ashwagandha and what we refer to as a functional gum. It's a chewing gum, and it's absorbed buccally. You chew it up into a gum, and then you suck on it like someone would Nicorette, except our product is nicotine-free, cannabis-free, caffeine-free. We intentionally used non-addictive ingredients, so check that out. I visualize us being the #1 selling supplement in the world when it comes to helping people reduce cravings and support a healthy state of focused relaxation. We're going to be #1. So move over Nicorette, move over all those other things. We're coming for you. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Go practice this, and more importantly, take action on it. People, last thing. Do I sit here and visualize every single day, everything that I do? No. At this point in my life, I'm much busier acting on the things that I want than I am visualizing it. I started with visualization, but that quickly moved to action. And here we are today, 950 something YouTube videos later. All right, guys.